Yeah. Lil Brunson back at you with the back at you, and I am the best reporting on the Eagles. Listen, man, this video was brought to you by Manscaped. Big Manscaped in the building, coming to you with the Lawnmower 4.0. Listen, man, Father's Day is around the corner, so use code Brunson, save 20% off, and get free shipping. And the free shipping, I fought for that for y'all. Also, the Hurt Season hats jumping out the gym. You know the vibes. Shout out to the Prince Champs doing a job of making sure everybody get their hat expeditiously. Hurt Season hats taking over the city, taking over the Philadelphia surrounding areas. Everybody got one. Make sure you get yours. And I got something else coming out too. That's going to complement the summertime as far as how we moving with the accessories. Also, man, my folks, man, listen, I wouldn't point you, I wouldn't point you into nothing like this if you wasn't guaranteed a good time. My folks, man, North Philly Jones, man, this my folks, this my peoples. You know what I'm saying? He's taking over, from the mud like me, and he went from the mud to taking over the promotion/club scene in Philadelphia, doing it big, man. You see the lineup that he gonna have for Memorial Day weekend. Make sure you tap in. He gonna be down there on Columbus Boulevard. It's going down. It's a movie. If you gonna be in Philly and you looking for something to do, tap in with my guy North Philly Jones. I'm gonna put his IG in the description as well, man. That's my folks, man. Make sure you follow him and make sure you stay tapped in for if you're trying to get your little turn up. You know, while you in the city. Let's get into the meat and potatoes, though. Mini camp is underway. You already know the mini camp situation is underway, and the Philadelphia Eagles had a massive turnout. A lot of people are saying this is a strong turnout for something that's not mandatory. Everybody's there, but this is what happened when you got a young roster. We got a young roster, and guys like Slay and guys like Ertz. Well, we know while Ertz might not be there, but guys like Slay and Lane Johnson and stuff like that, you might not expect guys to be there, you know what I'm saying, for something that's not mandatory, because they know how to prepare. You know what I mean? You might not expect Fletch to be there every day. These dudes know how to prepare. They seasoned vets. But the turnout for the young guys has been just A1. I'm glad to see it. Jalen Hurts, man, he's been out there taking snaps with the first quarterback on the field, getting his snaps and getting his work in. You know what I mean? Solidifying his status as a QB1. It starts in minicamp. It starts with the preparation. And also, man, you know, it's just a lot of rumors and a lot of things that, you know, happened today in this mini camp to where, you know, we kind of got to talk about it. There's been some reports of, you know, Kvon Wallace getting some snaps behind Devonta Maddox as a backup CB2. I don't like that. A lot of people have been asking me that. He had a real hard time staying with guys like George Kittle. I mean, a lot of people have a hard time staying with George Kittle. But Kvon Wallace, can he play cornerback at this level? Based upon what we saw from the rookie year, you know what I mean? Who knows? He wasn't given an opportunity, but I think that's a tall order. I think in this system, though, he can be fairly successful because the way that I see this thing going is more cover 3 than man-to-man. I see it going more cover 3, letting your big guys get after the opposing team's quarterback and letting them other dudes sit back in the zone and get some of these interceptions that we weren't able to get the last 2 years because we've been chasing people around man to man. You know what I mean? I don't know if a lot of people realize this, but it's very hard to get interceptions man to man, especially when you're getting beat on double moves. It's just hard sometimes. But hey, man, I think things will change for a better. If they can get Kvon Wallace to play cornerback too, I would be wildly impressed with that. I'd be impressed with that. I'm actually anxious to see it and see how he do, honestly. Devonta Smith basically out there catching everything. Reports are coming in that the guy got glue traps on his hands. I mean, people catch balls and drop balls in practice all the time. But look at how many passes he dropped in college with the biggest lights on. Look at how many passes he dropped the last 2 seasons in college. I don't care what nobody got to say about really a drop pass in practice. I'm worried about how he performs during the game, and I'm worried about how he performed in college during those games. So I'm really not even excited that he catching balls in practice. That's what you're supposed to do. Everybody looks good in the layup line, but I think it's going to translate onto the field for this guy, man. I got really crazy belief in him. And speaking of speaking of wide receivers, it's been reports that Devonta Smith, Jalen Reagor, and my guy Quez Watkins took some snaps with the running backs today. So you can kind of see some jet sweeps, or you can kind of see some reverse plays. You can kind of see, you know, just a lot of ways that they're looking at using some of their fast guys. Now, I don't agree with using our Devonta Smith in a situation like this, but he can do it. He did it a lot in college. But this ain't college, man. All it takes is somebody to miss a block and a linebacker come through 90 miles an hour and put you down. You don't want that with Devonta Smith. I don't want it with Devonta Smith. You know what I mean? This team seems to be, and this is around that point. This is around the point for the Philadelphia Eagles. Let's knock on some wood, where you start hearing about injuries and stuff like that. I feel good that we haven't heard anything like that right now. I understand this is the beginning part of practice, but it's critical that guys take care of their bodies, because we've been hit with the injury bug for the last couple years before the ball even was snapped. You know what I'm saying? Brooks hurt himself in practice in minicamp or something like that. The year before that, Malik Jackson, first game of the season. You know what I mean? What could have been a promising, compliment to Fletcher Cox. And I think at times he did show the potential that he was that guy. It was derailed. The whole first year was derailed by injury. You know what I'm saying? We don't need situations like that. So the Philadelphia Eagles, I think, these young guys are probably trending towards the cream of the crop in terms of, keeping a young body healthy. I like the preparation. I like the focus. All these guys are laser focused. Jalen Reagor seems to he's been hearing the critiques. If he watched this channel before, he's probably heard a few of the critiques from me. He's been hearing the critiques and he seems to be focused. That's all we really truly want out of Jalen Reagor. We only truly want the best from Jalen Reagor because he was a first-round pick. And now when you think about it, if Jalen Reagor turns out to be what we thought he could have been, and Devonta Smith turns out to be what we think he is, you know what I'm saying? You set up at the wide receiver position for a long time. Not to mention adding in the Travis Fulgham. So this could be a really, really sneaky, dangerous wide receiver group. It could be a really, really sneaky, dangerous wide receiver group. If Devonta Smith, Jalen Reagor, and Travis Fulgham come into this season believing that they're all wide receiver ones, then they're going to eat. If they come into this thing thinking that they're the best wide receiver on the team, the three of them, and take advantage of every opportunity thrown to them literally by Jalen Hurts, I think they all going to eat. Because all we really asking for is 600, 600, and 800 from the three of them. Give us 600, 600, and 800. You know what I'm saying? And I seen Bleacher Report, they ranked, it's so crazy to me, man. Bleacher Report ranked the stats for every starting quarterback in the National Football League, right? And of course, the first thing I did was went down to Jalen Hurts. The first thing I did was went down to Jalen Hurts. And it's so many Jalens. And, when I get down to Jalen Hurts, I see that they got him around 3,029 passing yards, 22 touchdowns, and I think 190 runs with 700 rushing yards and like another 10 rushing touchdowns. That's an amazing season. I don't know if y'all understand how dynamic this guy is, which is why I'm going to bat for him. It's an amazing season. If he could throw for 3,000 passing yards and run for 700, 800 rushing yards, that is an amazing season. It's an amazing season. But I think he's going to throw for about 3,600 and still run for like 600 passes, 600 rushing yards. It's an amazing season, a true dual threat. You're going to have to account. Now think about it. They said they got him running for 700 plus rushing yards next season, which is amazing. Opposing head coaches got to take that in consideration. That's going to keep them up a couple extra hours when you game planning for him. You got to spy. You got to use your resources to make sure he don't take over the game with his legs, right? Because the knock on him is that he's a weak passer of the football. But I seen tape of him throwing today, and trust me, great touch and velocity on the ball. But that's the knock on him. So they are going to try to make him beat them with. That's what you got to do. You got to do it. You got to try to make him beat you with your arm, and I think he could beat somebody silly with his arm. I believe in it. I think that arm is extremely underrated. But if the whole world is saying he's going to rush for 700 yards, or Bleacher Report saying he's going to rush for 700 yards and throw for over 3,000 passing yards, what makes you think that that's not a problem for anybody? It's a problem. It's a problem, and we're going to call a spade, man. He going to eat. He going to do work. Let me know what y'all think from y'all notes from minicamp. Do you agree with Kvon Wallace potentially moving over to cornerback? I think it's worth it. I want to see it. You know what I'm saying? I want to see it. Because if that's the thing that they're talking about, listen, I believe in Gannon. I believe Jonathan Gannon could make anybody a serviceable cornerback. We're going to see, though, man. I'm really anxious, really excited for the upcoming season. The Sixers play tonight. We're going to talk about that after the game. You already know the vibes, man. Lil Brunson back at you. Oh, yeah, and we had to reschedule with Cop Pizzle. We're going to work something out for Thursday.